All right, all right. Hey, everybody. See if anybody's out there. Test the audio. Give me just 1 second. Let's get the stream to catch up to me, and we'll see what's happening. Make sure I'm coming through crystal clear. Ah, good enough. Good enough. All right. Hey, everybody, and welcome to Misfit Corner Scams. This is the artist known as Andrew speaking, and it is Saturday night. This is my favorite time to live stream is Saturday night, and I'm so glad you're all here with me. Oh, Avery just popped in. Let me bring him in real quick.
What?
Hello, good sir. How the heck are you?
I'm fine.
I got some advice from a customer today. They told me I should really invest in Pokemon cards.
Only if you already had, for a store like yours, only if you already had them and you had the rare valuable ones.
Exactly. There's no way I'm going to compete with other stores that already have Pokemon cards. So I just
No,
yes, sir. I'll look into it.
Yeah.
Into it.
Plus, the way you'd have to educate yourself on what's what.
Yeah, which I have no clue.
Exactly. Neither do
You
I.
know.
I wouldn't even get into Pokemon cards because I don't know what's what.
It's
And you
one
have
of the
to know.
reasons. It's one of the reasons I tell people. I said, listen, I carry stuff that I know about.
Yeah.
You know, and it's just that simple.
Yeah.
And
Like I
Pokemon
wouldn't
cards,
get in. You shouldn't get into Magic cards either because you don't know what's what.
Yeah. Oh, a couple of people are here and checking in. Let me say hello. Hey, Bill, how's it going? He says, okay, I'll start the conversation. Please do, because sometimes we have no idea where we're going. Manuel's here. Manuel says, good evening and happy Saturday night fever, Drew. That's fantastic. But his comment is funny because of the mention I made about Romel and the songs we were listening to that one day. The BG song. So it just makes me think about that. It makes me laugh. And Max is here. Says, wow, I made it early finally. Well, thank you for showing up. I appreciate it. Thank you, Max.
Wow.
And Max says, Manuel is a legend. He comments on every video. He does. And I appreciate it immensely. Well, this week, Avery, was insane when it came to the scam calls.
No.
I literally got 41 calls on Monday alone. And a couple were just hang-ups. I mean, those happen. But I think I got like 12 recordings on Monday alone, and a good chunk of them could be decent videos, which is crazy.
Wow.
And yeah, I got one call.
That's almost 2 weeks worth of videos.
Almost, yeah. Well, too bad I'm not going anywhere. Otherwise, I'd get some videos done ahead of time. But oh well. But here's the funny thing: in one of the Medicare scam calls, where they call you, first off, they're breaking the law by calling you if you're on the national do not call list. But the Indian call centers, they don't give a crap about that.
No,
they don't.
There's no the government has no recourse to take against them.
Yeah, and there are times they'll claim they're transferring you to a licensed individual. Sometimes they're just transferring you to the guy right next to them, but sometimes they will actually transfer you to a real live agent. And I actually got a real live agent this time, and I had a very long conversation with him. And ultimately, I told him I wanted to speak to his manager because I wanted to know why they were using these services for call leads that obviously completely ignore the national do not call list. And he's like, well, I don't know what to tell you about that. And I said, well, then let me talk to a supervisor at it. And asking him what his license ID number is, he initially dragged his feet in order to give it to me. And it's like, isn't that something a licensed agent would have like with them at all times? Because
a licensed agent?
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, he probably even knows his number by heart.
Well, he eventually gave me one and then told me he was in California, so that was his California ID, but that he's licensed for every state in the union, every state in the US. And I said, is what you're giving me the one that would be used for Florida? He says, well, it's across state. I'm like, I go to the Florida license registry, I look it up, and it comes up with nothing. And he goes, eventually he said, oh, wait a minute, let me get my Florida license. So I waited, and he gave me a number, which when I pulled it up was a valid license number and was valid to the guy that he claimed to be. at least the first name. So I
Uh-huh.
was like, okay, good. It's about damn time. Now let me talk to your manager.
Oh
And he told me he would have a manager call me back, and it's been 3 or 4 days. I yet to have heard anything back from him.
no, they don't want to talk to you.
Mm.
They do not want to talk to you.
All right. Well, let me catch up on the chat real quick. See who else is here. Andy says, "Hey there, Andy. Welcome to the show." Manuel says, "Drew, have comic store in Lafayette, Louisiana." Oh. You know what? My wife is going to New Orleans next week. I wonder how close that is to Lafayette. Is that anywhere in that area? I'm not going. Otherwise, I'd be trying to check out the comic book stores. But somebody has to stay behind to take care of all the damn cats and dogs we have. My
Mm.
niece brought over her cat, so we now have 4 cats and a
Uh-huh.
dog in the house for the foreseeable future. So
Oh, good times.
that is my lot in life, to work, run a comic book store, live stream, take scam calls, and watch dogs and cats. Yeah, I know. Anya's here. Anya says, "Hi, all. Welcome to the show." And she says, "We know our license number right off." Well, good. You should. If I had a license to do my job and somebody asked me you'd think it would be common. And I actually asked the guy, I said, "Do people not ask you for that information?" He says, "Oh, no, rarely. They never do." And I'm like, "Well, I want it. I want to know it." And I eventually when I was talking to him, I said, "Is this the normal procedure for you to have a third party person call for you and transfer you?" And he's like, "Yeah, they do it all the time." And I said, "Yeah, you pay them to do that?" And he admitted, "Yes, we do pay them for the outreaches." So the bottom line is, you're paying somebody to break the law. You're paying somebody to call somebody on the national do not call list. He says, "Well, I don't get very many complaints." I said, "But you do get complaints." He said, "Well, once or twice a day." And I'm like, so you're aware of it. You know what's happening here.
Yeah.
You know they're it's like very frustrating, very frustrating. Bill says, "I watched Trilogy Media and they were being watched by scammers and could not get them to answer their calls. Scammers are getting smart. Scam baiters have to come up with new ideas." Well, you know what? Bottom line is 99% of the calls that I record and share with you guys is them calling me. My biggest issue is when they just hang up the phone and I don't hear any or nobody says anything. I've gotten a couple of calls recently where they can tell almost right away. So they end up just hanging up the phone. Um, I've had some of the Medicare ones. I'll start talking to them and they'll say, "Oh, sir, it looks like you already have the best plan available. No need to continue." And then they hang up. It's like, I ain't even told you anything yet. I had one guy when I transferred to him. He started talking to me. He goes, "Oh, wait a minute, you're on the national do not call list. I'm sorry, I can't help you." And I'm like, "Well, then why did you call me in the first place?
Yeah.
Really?" But then I get all the other regular ones. I got a couple of credit card ones recently that I just love screwing with them. They're my all-time favorites. All-time favorites. They're hands down my favorite. As a matter of fact, I screwed with one today. They called on Saturday, which is somewhat unusual. I mean, normally I just take calls Monday through Friday, but they'll call on Saturday from time to time. And I love screwing with them. It's a wonderful thing. Oh, Fearful Milk's here. Hey, Fearful Milk, how's it going? He says, "Evening. Good to see you, my friend. One of our friends from across the pond. Hope everything's good over there." It's probably like early in the morning where he's at, so we got to keep it down. Got to keep it down. Anya says, "People don't ask, but we have to have the license anytime we are selling insurance." I would assume so.
Hmm.
That just seems like something common
Yeah.
that people would ask, but
Yeah.
I guess maybe it's not.
Yeah.
I
My
mean,
my dad at one point was a sold life and health insurance, and
yeah,
he knew his number. He had it. It was on. I think it was on his card.
yeah. There you go. I asked. I got a call where they said I'm going to transfer you to the license agent, and of course the license agent had an Indian accent, and and I could hear people in the background, so I knew most likely See, when they say they're going to transfer you to somebody, whether it's a supervisor or a verification specialist, you always know they're just transferring you to the guy sitting next to them.
Yeah.
Okay. When this time, when they said, I'm going to transfer you to a licensed agency, and I got this guy, it literally sounded like the same exact background noise as the guy I was just talking to. So I knew I was probably dealing with the same exact scammer guys. And I asked him, I said, so what's your license number? And he's like, what do you need that for? And I'm like, because I want to know who I'm talking to. I want to know what licensed individual I'm talking to. And just screwed with him, and he eventually hung up. But it's like, damn, that's sad, you know? Oh, hold on a second. Audio says the commissioner's office can come in any time and check to see if you have it with you. Okay. Now, Anya, I'm not sure if you have licenses in multiple states, but this guy I talked to said he was out of California and he uses his California license, but he was licensed in every state. So I don't know. I don't know if that's true or not. I figured you had most of the times they tell you, I'm going to transfer you to a person in your state
Yeah.
that's licensed in your state. And I was talking to a guy in California, which I thought was odd, but I don't know. Maybe you can be in multiple states or be in a state and be licensed in multiple states.
There is a way to be licensed in multiple states, but most people are usually just licensed in the state they operate in.
Yeah. Yeah. And now that we're in Medicare open enrollment, the scammers are out in force trying to convince people they work for Medicare. If any of you out there are on Medicare and you need help with your Medicare, you need help with your call Medicare directly or call, the state Medicare agency. I know there's numbers out there. Do not take these calls from these people calling, claiming, because you never know who they really, really are.
No. So
You don't.
some of, like I said, some of them will connect you to the legitimate person, but they listen in for all your pertinent information.
They do that as well. And they sit there and they'll listen. And yeah, they're bottom feeding scum. And I hate to say it, Anya, if you're an insurance salesman, I understand. I'm not bashing insurance salesmen because insurance is a needed thing for a lot of people. But these scammers make insurance agents look bad. And I think the insurance companies should have more.
Oh, there are bad insurance agents.
Well, I understand that too, but there's bad everything. There's bad cops. There's bad firefighters. There's bad police.
There's a bad cop video I need to show you later.
Oh goodness.
It's pretty rough.
What is it? Is it the Jeffrey Dahmer TV series?
No.
Those are pretty bad cops in that one.
No, it's a cop. They push this guy on the ground who they already have in handcuffs and then stomp him right in the face. It's like the dude's already handcuffed. Like, you've got him under control.
Man, you make me wish I could do something like that to a scammer sometime, Demonetized right away. All right, let me get back to the chat real quick. Andy says, how about credit card scam? Oh, wait a minute. Said, how about credit card scammers? Those are my faves. Yep, absolutely. One of the things, I hate to say it, one of the things I like about the credit card scammers, and I can usually keep them on the phone for a while, simply because they gotta give you their spiel. They gotta convince you that they are calling on your behalf. Then you've got to go get your wallet, and you got to give them the credit card number, and you got to verify your information. You can drag that out, and you can waste their time, and it's a wonderful thing. And the newest scam it used to be the majority of the credit card scams we're going to lower down your interest rate, which is great. We're going to lower it down to almost nothing, which is great. No company on earth is going to do that, but it's great. Now their new one, Avery, is we're going to eliminate all your credit card debt.
Ooh.
Yeah, we're just going to get rid of the balance.
I eliminated all my credit card debt.
Yeah, I know. You paid off your cards.
Yeah. Yeah.
But they want to convince people. They want to convince people that because of the economic shutdown or whatever, that they have there's a legitimate program to remove all of your debt. And I got on. I can't. I gotta check and see if I already released this call. But I had one call with a scammer who was saying I was going to get rid of all my debt, and I asked him. I said, "Once this happens, will my account be closed?" And he was like, "Well, I'm not sure." And I said, "Well, the reason I'm asking is if I pay off my debt, if they close the account, I mean that makes perfect sense to me. But if it's left open, what's to stop me from charging it right back up again and being in the same exact situation 2 months from now?" And the guy, of course, couldn't answer anything, but that's all right. But paying off your debt is often a very, very good thing. Keeping it open and charging it right back up again. I've been in that situation before. So, hell, I'm still paying on cards that we charged right back up again 5 years ago. So, after we paid everything off. But, oh well. Personal responsibility. Don't charge more than you can't pay for. And
yeah.
It's a learning lesson for everybody out there.
Yeah, it's something you have to learn. It's part of life.
Yep. All right, let me catch up on the chat again. Ben's here, says, hello, everyone. Welcome to the show. Fearful Milk says, it's spooky season, so any plans for Halloween special for this? Or the comics channel? Actually, one of my regulars asked me today if I was decorating the store, and I did that 2 years ago when they were having a contest, and I put spider webs everywhere. And actually, there's a video of it out there somewhere where I put.
I think I came by the store while it was still like that.
Yeah, I think you probably did. But I used one of my son's skeletons and I wrapped him up and put him in the corner. And there was webbings all over it, and I had put a tarp up over the wall, and I had written in spray paint, like, "Hey, Spider-Man, Venom was here," or something. And I had created a video which mixed a clip of the Venom movie with the animated Spider-Man, and I got copyright claim on it on the video. But yeah, whatever. Where you hear the voice and it's my voice, but I've distorted it. It says something like, "Hey, Spider-Man, I came by the store and you weren't here," and so it was silly, and I had it playing, and I just had a good time with it. And I didn't win the contest, but I put a lot of effort into it, and yeah, it's a lot of work cleaning that crap up.
Yeah.
I ended up closing the store and moving to another spot because of all that. No, that wasn't the reason I did it, but so I'm probably not going to do a lot of decorations for Halloween. But my son loves Halloween stuff, so he'll probably do something cool.
Halloween stuff is fun, man.
Yeah. Max says, why is some scammers trying to put on an American accent and others don't? I think it's because some of them can. I mean, there's times where I've been speaking to a scammer and I'm like, this could be a legitimate person in the US, but then they say something or they read the script that is a scam, and they're not. It leaks through from time to time. But I think if I could pull off a good accent, I do it. Anya says Andrew can dress up like a scammer next week. All right. We're gonna have to get ideas for what a scammer looks like.
Yeah. That could very easily accidentally approach what's his name? The Prime Minister of Canada territory.
Yes, you're right. You know what I need to do? You know what I need to get, Avery? My sister
Trudeau.
My sister did my hats. I have a black hat for date night and church. I have a Misfit Corner SCAMS hat. I have a Misfit Corner Comics hat, and then I have a Jaguar hat that has Misfit Corner Comics on the side. I need to get one for Halloween that just says scammer.
Yeah, just scammer.
Yeah, I don't know if she could do it by next week.
Scammer.
And I can say I'm dressed as a scammer.
Oh.
Wouldn't it be funny if I took a call and tried to act like a scammer?
Oh yeah.
That might be funny.
Use their whole spiel on them. See if you can get them to give up their social security number or something. Be like, you know what? I'm prepared. Okay, I'll raise you one. I'm prepared to offer you, blah blah blah, refinancing your home.
Okay, yeah, that
be
might
like,
be
really?
funny.
I was just trying to reach you about your car's extended warranty.
I did get a car warranty call recently. They haven't called me in months and I got
Oh.
one, and I was like so happy. And for some reason, they think I have a 2018 Dodge Ram. I've never owned a Dodge Ram, and then
I
I
don't
tell
know.
them,
Have you ever even owned a Dodge?
yes, I've had Caravans before.
Oh, that's right.
I've
That's
had
right.
like
That's right. You're
3 of them,
Oh, that's right.
but that's been the last one was demolished in a car
But
accident.
you've never owned a pickup, from what I can remember.
No, no, never. But they have the records of my account or of my car. They have the details of my car, which I
Or
think's funny because
that's out there. You can get that easy.
yeah, well, I don't have any of those vehicles, so oh well.
They thought you
Uh,
had a Dodge Ram. That's
a
funny.
Dodge Ram. Well, I think one time a scammer called me and I told him I had a Dodge Caravan and they thought I said Dodge Ram. So now there's a record out there that I have a
Uh-huh.
Dodge Ram.
Okay, gotcha.
Max says they're always based in California. That I can believe. Absolutely. Bill says, so why would they ask what state you live in if they don't care? Exactly. But I always assumed it's because they wanted you to talk to somebody in your state or at least somebody licensed in your state. But oh well. Sometimes scammer logic does not make sense. But it's out there, you know. Ben says, "Oh yes, the cop is looking at federal time." Oh, we must be talking about the one of your video.
Yeah, dude, it's
Yeah.
messed up, dude. I saw that today. I was just like, dude, that's rough.
Max says, "Does Amazon still call you?" They do from time to time. The last Amazon call I got, which wasn't that long ago, was actually a few days ago. I had ordered an iMac Pro or whatever, of course, $1,500, which, yeah, okay. And when they asked me my name, I said Timothy Williams, and they hung up. So Timothy Williams. So I've got to come up with new names.
Oh
I
my god.
started using a new one. Either Brandon something or Brandon Hill is what I
Uh,
used. I don't know. We'll see. We'll just throw out a couple new names. I still, honest to God, still get calls for Herschel. People calling for Herschel.
Herschel's a classic.
He's a great one. He's a good man. Ben says, I love the goofiness of the Sarah Lawson debt reduction scam pitch. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Guys, does anybody honestly think that the companies are going to agree to just eliminate your debt altogether?
No.
I mean, it would be fantastic if it was true, but it's not. No company is going to just unless you're filing bankruptcy, are they going to willingly eliminate your debt? They
And
can't make.
even then, some of them still want their money.
Yeah,
They
well,
they don't want to be put in there.
personal experience. They sometimes they don't have a choice. When you ain't got no money, you ain't got no money. You ain't got no alibi. Whatever. You ugly. I don't know. I'm mixing my references up here.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Anya says, you can get a non-resident license for life and health. I work for Jake's company and I am only licensed for Georgia, but for life and health and for file and casualty, auto, home, etc. Okay. So you can get a non-resident man, that kind of scares me a little bit that they would give license for some states to people in other states. I guess maybe I don't know if that's a long time going thing or maybe it's a COVID recent thing where
I don't
people
know.
had to. I don't know, but I honestly, when it comes to insurance, unless it's a company I've been with for a very long time, like my car insurance company, we've been with since my wife was in high school. I'd rather be able to go into an office and sit down and talk to somebody.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
When I moved back here to Georgia, I switched I went ahead and went with the same company my mother's at for up here, which is I forgot who they are.
Yeah.
But I went to an agent's office and sat down, like, hey, what kind of plans do you have? Because he's licensed with a bunch of different companies.
Yeah. Oh, Fearful Milk says, for those of you who are listening to Andrew talk about comics, visit here. And he put in a YouTube. I'm assuming it's for my channel. So
hopefully, that better not be porn, Phil for Milk.
I have to tell you, Avery, I felt so sorry about last night.
What about it?
I completely forgot because Todd and I had made the arrangement to do the Friday
Uh-huh.
live stream on his channel. I
Mhm.
completely forgot about it. And when I sat in front of my computer, my first thought was, I'm so tired. I don't want to do this tonight. So
Uh-huh.
I'll let you guys know. And then I realized I'd got the text from him and I went, oh crap. So I joined the live stream, but my back and my muscles hurt so bad. I was
Ah,
so uncomfortable that entire stream. That's why I wasn't my normal self.
yeah.
I didn't say a lot because I kept switching seats, changing positions because I was just in so much pain. Today, when I got home from the store, I was in horrific pain. I took some aspirin and laid down for 2 hours. I almost missed the stream, the beginning of this stream, because I told Jen I'm gonna lay down, and she's like, I'm not gonna wake you up. If you need the rest, you need the rest. But I woke up like at 7:45, grabbed some food, and I'm here. But oh my god, I was so uncomfortable yesterday. It just hurt so bad. I could not find a comfortable position to sit in just sitting here. Right
Uh,
now I'm leaning forward and it's not bad, so I'm okay. But oh, last night I was miserable. And it kind of showed.
yeah. It's all
So,
right.
yeah, but I'm here now. I'm alive. I'm well. I'm
It's
kicking butt, taking names,
it's all right. It's all
doing
right.
my thing. So,
It's hard to be on every time when it
yeah.
comes. I mean, I'm not even on my own channel anymore, at least for now, and I still live stream 3, 4 times a week,
Yeah.
and I'm not even on my own channel.
Yeah,
Like,
well,
I haven't been on my own channel for like a year, and I'm still live streaming.
well, sir, we're very appreciative of you being here. So, and
Yeah.
Fearful Milk, thank you for the link. I appreciate it. All right, let's see what else is going on. Hey, Rosie's here. Rosie says, "Hey, everybody. Sorry we've been here the whole time watching on TV, but had laptop trouble, so we couldn't post. Hope everybody's well and had a great week." Oh my gosh, that Avery, I don't know if I could handle being on somebody's television. I mean, I know it's something you can do with YouTube, but the fact that somebody is sitting in
Yeah.
their living room and they maybe got a 50-inch TV and I'm
Mhm.
plastered. Oh my gosh.
That's how I used to watch YouTube most of the
Really?
time, on that 65-inch TV using my Xbox.
Rosie's, I'm so sorry. I if my face cracks your TV and breaks it, I really am sorry.
Think about Ethan's great big schnoz on a 65-inch.
Yeah, yeah. Well, I appreciate you being here. Thank you so much for chiming in. I appreciate it. Bill says, "I wish I could change a scammer's. Bleh, I wish I could change a scammer script to read like Bruce Almighty news scene when he changed the newscaster script. If you had seen them, and if you'd seen the movie, I have seen the movie. It's been a while, but I remember it being hilarious. So that would be funny. I wish I could. I should put more time into trying to convince the scammers to say something stupid and then maybe clipping it all together would be funny. I mean, I've got so many recordings. I'm sure I probably have enough stuff that you could make into something really funny,
Sure.
but that takes time and effort and ability and
Ability,
little
talent,
bit little bit of sense of humor maybe. Yeah, I don't know. Please don't put me on
skill.
a yeah, don't try for me to
Don't cry for me, Argentina.
I just can't. It's my favorite sense of humor nowadays is dad jokes. Believe it or not, I love dad
Ah,
jokes. You know, where like our friend Rick, he's good with the
the
with the
puns.
with the puns. Yeah,
Oh, the puns.
I like the dad jokes. Actually, I said one last night that got you guys. You guys thought it was really funny, and I feel really bad about it. I actually felt very guilty about it. Is when I referred to Alan Davis as a poor man's Brian Hitch. I I literally I was thinking about that today in the store going, "Man, I'm going to hell for that one."
No.
Nobody knows what we're talking about, but that's okay.
Yeah.
We'll get back to the video. Andrew, how do you cope with so many calls? 41 in a single day is awful. These people are relentless. Can you imagine how a older person would cope? awful people. Yeah, I understand. I understand completely. And actually, the funny thing is, oh wait a minute, I should correct that. The 41 calls were calls that came in either on my wife's phone or my phone. There's also calls that come in on the home phone that I deal with, and so Monday was a very busy day. My phone pretty much rang from 9 a.m. to
Jeez.
5, and for there, yeah,
Jeez, they want you bad.
yep. Actually, you know what? Hold on a second. Let me look real quick. What I tend to do when I save the videos, I title them, so kind of like to jog my memory, remind me what they were. Let's see, what was Monday? Monday was the 18th. Is that right? I currently have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 videos from Monday the 18th. And just to tell you what they're titled, these are ones that have not been made into YouTube channel videos. There may have been a few that were made. Um, just to give you an idea what kind of calls I got. We have Medicare, and there's a name after it, Tom. Orthopedics, cable, Medicare hang up, credit, Medicare hang up number 2, funeral, Alex tried is my note. Amazon example, Medicare hang up 3, Medicare language. Uh-oh, that one's got to be a good one.
Oh,
Medicare repeat,
he got nasty
Medicare
with you.
Medicare recipient. Actually, that one I think I made into a video. Healthcare and discovery. So, needless to say, even my notes to myself are not very clear. Now, the ones that say Medicare hang up,
Uh-huh.
I usually, if somebody calls and then they just hang up right away, I don't save those videos. But if there's dialogue that happens and eventually they hang up on me, then it might be worth, doing something with. But actually, honestly, if I put all these videos together in a day of the life video, it'd probably be an hour-long video. I don't want to do that.
Oof.
Heck, maybe I will. I don't know. I like short and sweet videos. Hey, you guys tell me what you guys like. Do you like short videos? Do you like longer videos? The 12 to 15-minute goal is usually what I shoot for.
Uh-huh.
But there's sometimes that a call may only be 2 minutes long, but it's
Yeah.
fantastic. I'll make that into a video, but
It depends on what I'm watching videos for.
yeah.
Like if like funny joke videos, I like it short and sweet.
Oh, Anya says, button down shirt, headset, Geek Squad cap. Yeah, I could probably pull that off. I got the headphones.
Yeah.
The button down shirt, I'm sure I've got one in my closet somewhere.
Sure, because you had to wear them every day to the office.
Yeah, I did. I did. Not anymore. Now I just wear t-shirts. I wear t-shirts with my logos on them. That's it.
Yay.
Actually, what's so funny is I had a I had one of those rolling racks I bought for my wife, and then she
Mm-hmm.
needed more space, so I got her one of the double racks. So I took the single rack one, and it's next to me, and it is almost literally filled with t-shirts. It's my collection of clothes. It's my t-shirts. So, but this is Florida. Oh, the weather's getting so nice, Avery.
Yeah.
Oh, I actually had to go out and buy a hoodie the other morning because it was down in the mid 50s,
Mm-hmm.
and it felt so good to buy a hoodie and then like a half hour later take it off because it was getting too hot. But that's our weather for you. So
Yeah.
Rosie says hi to Anya. Says fabulous. Max says, I wonder how many calls center have recordings of Timothy Williams. Oh, I think a lot of them do. I've said the name before, and people kind of like you can hear them roll their eyes because they know I'm going to screw with them. It's so wonderful.
Timothy Williams.
Yep. Rosie says, "What about William Wallace?"
Oh yeah. Yeah, yeah,
You know,
yeah, yeah, yeah.
I should do that on a I should do that on a one of the healthcare ones where they ask you if you have any type of serious medical conditions. It says, "Well, I got some pains down in my abdomen and a little bit
Yeah.
further below." Yeah, yeah. Wasn't he? Didn't they before they killed him? Didn't
They castrated him.
they castrated him? Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
That's where I was going with that really bad dad joke. By the way,
Yeah.
guys, there you go. That's an example of me being stupid. Rosie says so many scammers have watched Braveheart. Yeah, well,
See how many.
yeah, that's true. See how many have. Yeah, that's true.
No,
Manuel says,
they're not. If they're from a foreign country, they're not going to be familiar with that story.
or unless they're really into American media,
Yeah,
because that's something that I'm not saying it's specifically, but they have their own, type
yeah.
of Hollywood out there, Bollywood, So I don't know. There'd probably be a lot that weren't familiar with it. Manuel says, Drew, my good friend, I still get emails from scam artists every day. I delete them all. Good job. Good job. Like I said, I don't take the time to look at my texts or my emails to see what scam stuff's coming through because I get so many damn calls. I focus on the one thing. I should probably focus on more than one, but I'm sure they're there. I'm absolutely sure they're there. Max says, you need some Medicare for your pains, Andrew. We will enjoy paying for your rental car and grocery bills. Yeah, I don't know if that's really a thing. They that pay for your transportation and your groceries. I don't know if that's really a thing. I mean, I know people who've been on Medicare for many, many, many years, and I don't think either one of those services was ever offered.
Yeah.
So when they tell you that's what they're going to give you, I get very, yeah, right. You're dreaming. Um, Rosie says, "Well done, Manuel. You're getting so clever with links inside emails, etc. And some of them uh, look so genuine. Yes, that's true. The whole point of the scammer is to convince you that they're real, that they're legitimate, and they can. Their job is to lie to you and trick you. There's been so many calls where all I can think to myself is, how do people fall for this?
Mm-hmm.
But they will convince people, and it's scary. I especially love the ones that call saying, I'm calling from your cable provider, or I'm calling from your electrical provider. It's like, really? What's the name of the company?
Yeah. Who dat?
But I don't ask that right away simply because I know they don't know.
Yeah.
And the funny part with the cable provider, they'll tell you one of the things they'll do, Avery, is they'll say, "Are you watching your TV right now?" I'll say, "Yeah, of course I am. I'm sitting in
Uh-huh.
front of my computer. Yeah, of course I'm watching." He says, "Well, is your remote near you?" I say, "Yeah, yeah," and I'll pick up like my scanner or something, and they'll say, "What's the company logo on your remote?"
It's like, why don't you know?
Why don't you know that, silly goose?
If you're my cable provider,
Yep,
you
yep.
like, I know who. I it's like,
I know who I write that check to every month.
yeah. It's like,
Let's see if you know who that is.
Or is it my cable provider or my internet provider?
That's true. Could be more than one.
Ah.
Tim's here. Tim says, "I use an agent that represents several. I use an agent that represents several companies. When one gets too high, my agent will switch me. I do that about every 5 years. Okay, that's good. That's good. The company that my wife had when we got married for car insurance has been great, and we've kept them ever since. We've had them. Well, we'll have been married 29 years, so we've had them at least that long, and she's had them prior to that, so good chance 35 or more years. Their rates are good. The coverage is fantastic. We've never had an issue with them, so I don't think I'd switch unless I don't know. I don't think I'd switch unless I absolutely had to,
Yeah.
you know. But be careful out there. Be careful. Manuel says, "I love the names you use with scam artists that you make videos." Yes, yes. Eugene is Timothy's brother. Just so you all know, Eugene and Timothy are brothers. They're twin brothers. They both have the same birthday, and Eugene's middle name is Timothy, and Timothy's middle name is Eugene. If it ever comes up, so their parents were not very creative.
So there's lore here.
Oh yeah, oh yeah,
Oh wow.
yeah.
You
Fearful Milk
really,
says,
you really need to get puppets or simple animations for these guys, so
well, that's
you
something
can
we
do like
talked about multiple times. So
It doesn't have to be complicated animations. It can be very simple, crude drawings.
Wouldn't it be fun? I think doing the puppets would be
Oh
hilarious.
yeah, you could do a like crank yankers.
Yeah, yeah.
Ah, peanut butter jelly cheeseburgers make me poop. Yay!
Fearful Milk says, by the way, congratulations on 2.5K. I know I am late to this, but congrats. No, thank you, sir. I appreciate it. Actually, Avery was with me when I reached 2,000, and I thought that was fantastic. That was like blew me away. But every week, every day, I get a few more, and I appreciate
Grow.
everybody out there. Yeah, got to grow.
You gotta
But
grow.
then once again, I think the secret to the success on YouTube is make content and post it. Make
Oh,
content every day. And I know, heaven forbid, should people follow that simple rule. Just make content and post it. And
yeah, you gotta find something you really care
oh,
about to do
I
and
love
like.
making these videos. I just have
Yeah.
it brings a smile to my face every if you guys I have a tendency when I'm talking to them, I get into the characters, I get into the stories, I get into what I'm saying to them. And then you know how She-Hulk breaks the fourth wall. I'll break the fourth wall in my facial expressions. And I just have such fun with it. So if you're watching the videos, I usually try to be, myself. But
Mhm.
yeah, sometimes that's horrific and you guys should be scared. But I appreciate everybody who comes by. Rosie says, virtual hug, thank you. Or LOL, virtual hug, yep. And she says, yay, you're heading towards 3,000 subs. Congrats. Yes, yes, yes. I'm slowly moving towards there. So I appreciate everybody out there who follows. And I think you're supposed to encourage people to like and subscribe or comment or whatever. And that helps
Subscribe,
out.
comment,
Yeah.
share.
Everybody out there leaves comments, and
Sharing
I absolutely
helps.
love it. Yep, yep. I love seeing new people showing up, and it's great. And I love all the guys that like Manuel that comments on every video. I appreciate it immensely. These guys are good guys, good people, and I'm glad I'm able to share with them. Tim says this week I got a call from a police fundraiser. Yep. He admits the fund only gets 12.5% of the money raised. Isn't that scary? Isn't that horrific? You you literally hand them $1 and they give a dime and 2.5 pennies to the people you intend the money to go to. And you ask yourself, what do they do with the rest of that money? Well, they pay people to make calls. They pay their whoever's the
Themselves.
head of their company. And I recently with my company, we deal with a language line where if you call or you're connected with somebody who speaks a different language, we don't always have people on staff to handle those calls. So they conference in with somebody from a language line that can handle the call. And I saw some of the bills related to those calls. Oh my gosh, they make a killing doing that service. You know?
Wow.
It's crazy. I mean, I don't know enough about it to go into any details or anything. I'm just saying that there's companies out there that you do use language lines and they pay out the butt for that service,
The butt.
the butt.
What?
I think one of the things they were looking into is actually getting our own dedicated language line personnel for some languages, especially like Spanish, and there's a couple other
Uh-huh.
more specific languages. And I think in the US, the amount of money that you would spend to have a person who's bilingual is a fraction of what you end up spending for a language line to handle the calls,
Yeah.
you know? But that's very similar to these fundraising collection efforts, where they're paying more money for the efforts to collect the money than what you actually goes towards towards the fund. And I especially hate the ones that tell you, and they'll tell you in their script, it's for, to influence politicians. It's not
Uh-huh.
money going to help the firefighters or the policemen. It's a slush fund for politicians, is what it ends up being. And that's even worse. And those are the ones, and if you listen to the script, they'll tell you It's a non-tax deductible donation. The reason is it's not a donation to a charity. It is going to politicians. Because when you donate to a politician, that's not tax deductible.
I don't like politicians much.
Well,
you know what? I don't like them much at all.
You are so bad. So bad. All right, Manuel says, good friend Drew, next week is the legend Manuel's birthday on Tuesday the 25th. Fan-frickin-tastic, my friend. Fantastic. Well, happy early, because I don't stream on Tuesday. Monday and Tuesday I take Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday I take off. So I won't be streaming then. But you know what? I'm putting that on my calendar. There's some happy birthday wishes coming out to you, my friend, directly. Manuel, happy day. Tuesday, the 25th of October. All right, I've made a note of it. And dude, I appreciate you giving me that information. I will absolutely send you good vibes all day long. I hope you have a wonderful day. And everybody out there, if you get an opportunity, wish Manuel a happy birthday. Okay, everybody? Hey, but didn't you have a birthday that came past recently?
Past.
Did I wish you happy birthday?
I don't know. Maybe. Probably.
No. Well, you're not that important to me. So
no, it was months ago.
It was months ago. I know. You know who's got a birthday coming up? Is my boy. Well, Todd too, but my boy's before him. I asked him. My wife's going to be out of town for his birthday, so I told my wife, "Don't worry, I'll take him out to dinner. I'll take him out and we'll go like Golden Corral or someplace we like to go." And she said, "Are you going to get him something for his birthday?" And I said, "Well, normally what I do is I pay the kids tag renewals for their cars. You know, as something a dad does for a kid, gets that taken care of." Turns out he already did it. He already took care of his own tag this year. And I'm like, I'm so proud of you, boy. Now I got to come up with something else. So I asked him what he wanted, and there's he's a fan of Legos, and he likes some of the bigger sets, the Harry Potter Legos and so forth. Well, there's 3 new sets for the Avatar movie, and he told me the one he wanted, and I figured it's like the $40 set. I'm like, yeah, sure, son, that's no problem. I can do that for you. And I texted him from Target, said, hey, this is the set you want, right? He said, no, Dad, the other one. Oh, the $120 set. Of course, that's the one you want me to get you.
Yeah, sure.
You kid. I don't know if I ever told you the story, but one year for his birthday when he was very young, we kept telling him, tell your grandmothers, because he had my mom and he had my wife's mom, and then he also had a great grandma. And we told him, said, make sure you tell them specifically what you want, because they don't know the things that you like, or the specific toy or specific Lego that you like. Make sure you're very specific with him. And he came back and said, okay, I told them exactly what I wanted. I said, okay, so what did you tell them? And he said, I told them I want this Lego set. And I said, well, which one did you tell that to? He said, to all 3 of them. I was like, Mike, you're defeating the purpose, son. You need to give each one of them a different thing. And he didn't realize that was what I was trying to tell him to do. Luckily, we intervened before he got 3 of the same sets. But he's a smart kid, but he's not very bright. Very much like his dad. Anyway, let me just check check up, see where we're at. I think I've gotten really far behind. Sorry, guys. Fearful Milk says 8-minute videos are the videos they recommend. Those and the hour-long videos. Oh God, I don't think I could make. I've made a couple of like half-hour-long videos. I don't think I can make an hour-long video.
When it comes to like the spooky story videos I listen to, or Lord of the Rings lore videos, I like them long.
Okay.
But I like those. Funny videos, meme videos, I like those short. Okay. Gun videos, I like them long. Like the longer the better. Like I'll listen to anything Paul Harrell makes, any video. Like I don't care if it's like his camping videos when he's like cooking on a Dutch oven and like just cooking. There's no guns. There's no. I'll still watch it.
Yeah. Rosie says, "Wonderful, Manuel. Hope you have the best birthday. Hugs, virtual hugs." Manuel says, "Thank you so much, beautiful Rosie. I'm turning 60 years old. Fantastic."
Well, happy early birthday.
That's right. That's right. Happy early birthday, my friend. Tim says, "I borrowed an audiobook from a friend and I lost it. Now I'll never hear the end of it." That's a good dad joke. That's a good dad joke.
Yeah. Oh, that's a good one.
Very good. Very good. Rosie says, "Worse than that."
That was a good dad joke.
Anya says, "When they ask if they have any pains, I will always tell them I have a pain in my butt." I've told them in the past I got pains in my ears, from talking to people. Yeah. But Wallace, Rosie says Wallace was hung to a
Okay.
point of almost death, then taken down and cut into 4 quarters while alive. Yeah. Monstrous. Yep. Yep. Well, I don't think that's what they did in the movie.
The movie was castration, I believe.
Yeah. Yeah. Tars here says, "I am a baby boomer, retired, and I have a dead phone number. I have a dead phone number. When I want to, when I borrowed, I answer. My favorites are Medicare. Do
Bored.
you want to sell? Oh, when I'm bored. Okay, sorry. Eyeballs tonight. When I'm bored,
Eyeballs.
I answer. My favorites are the Medicare. Do you want to sell your house? Yes, I get those as well. I
Yeah,
get
yeah,
those
yeah.
as well.
I get those asking about selling a house I sold last year to
Well, I
move
get
back.
calls about selling a house that I don't even own a house. So,
Yeah.
they get your name off a list and they call. Diver Dan's here. Hey, Dave. Diver Dan says, "Late to the stream, but better late than never." That's what my wife says. Florida Diver here. My work clothes, when not actually in diver gear, are a Bonnie hat, sunglasses, t-shirts, and flip-flops. Now that's a Florida man all the way right there. Very good. Very good. I've never been comfortable wearing flip-flops ever. Even at the pool, no, just
Yeah, they
when
feel weird to me. I don't think they're comfortable.
when I was on the swim team back in high school, um, we wore the what are those? They're like the rubber, not the Crocs. They were before Crocs. They were those shoes that bicyclists wear. They had the rub. They have the like the whole bottom is like a rubber thing, and we wore them around the pool because I couldn't stand flip flops. Just
Yeah.
couldn't. Oh well. Manuel says, "I love the cable videos, Drew. I laughed. Thank you. Thank you. Those are always good ones, too. Rosie says, 60 is a big birthday, Manuel. You have to treat yourself. Have a best day ever. Wish you the best birthday, virtual hug." Excuse me. Absolutely. Absolutely. Diver Dan says, "Tell them the remote says GE or some other company logo to make the generic replacement models." Oh, that's good. That's good. I think usually, most of the times, I'll tell them it's Spectrum. Just because I know that's what a lot of them call about. So, Manuel says, "Congratulations, Drew, for 2 K. Thank you, sir. Thank you." Rosie says, "Just removed message. Too gruesome. It was the Wallace. Oh, okay. I gotcha." Stated how he died and read back and
Yeah.
thought, "Ew, he did not have
No,
a nice
no.
death." No,
Yeah,
he did not. No,
no.
he did not. Rosie says, "Hi to Diver Dan." Rosie says, "Did everybody hit like? Has something to do with the algorithms?" Yeah. I always forget to mention it. You guys will notice that the only thing that I put up during my videos, 99% of the time, is the little thing at the bottom that says like and subscribe. That's the most effort I put into reminding people of that because I don't even think about it. I make the videos and I have fun doing it, and then every now and then I'll go, "Oh crap, I got to put something." So like and subscribe is written there at the bottom, just so.
Yeah, that's the reason a lot of people edit one little clip of them saying it and just stick it onto everything.
Yeah, yeah. Well, you could do that too, but I just haven't. That takes effort, my friend. I would have to put some effort into it.
But it's less effort than remembering to say it every time.
Well, actually, I think I'm not sure. I got to listen to my end credits that I use. My end credits, I think,
Go
says
through the
like and
spiel.
subscribe. Maybe I think maybe it does.
Please like, share, comment, and subscribe.
I think it does say make a comment too. I've been using the same one for so long. I don't know what it says. Heck, I got to double check and make sure it doesn't say join us on our live stream Wednesday night. Oops. Yeah, it could. It could. Milk says, yes, everyone remember to like, comment, and share. Please subscribe if you have not already. Oh, and maybe do that with Andrew's channel as well. Yeah. Well, I've been convinced by people smarter than me not to have two other channels. So I have Misfit Corner Comics and Misfit Corner Draws. So I'm going to merge those two back together again under just Misfit Corner Comics.
Yeah, because
somebody I like and respect
Mhm.
kind of said, you really don't need to spread yourself that thin. You're a fat guy and you spread yourself that thin over that much space. It's not a good look.
Spreads like mayonnaise.
Spreads like Oh, I hate mayonnaise. All right. Emmanuel says, I take myself for my birthday, Rosie, lovely lady. Excellent. Rosie says, charities are in the press often here. It's shocking how many people volunteer to work for free while charities bosses pay themselves outrageous salaries.
Yeah.
That is another truthful.
Yeah. It happens with political causes too. You think you give money to help advance something you believe in, and the people that run it are just taking all the money.
Yep. Rosie says to Manuel, I'm so glad, Manuel. Wishing you the best day. Tar says, that's why I always ask the caller in English, do you speak Spanish? Because I hear in Spanish and speak in English. That's funny. I'm sure I've told this story before, but I used to work in a credit card collections department. And whenever we would get calls in, if the person didn't speak English, we asked them what language they spoke. And then we'd say, hold on, we'll get somebody on. And I got so used to saying the Spanish one that one time somebody called in and the ladies asked if I spoke Filipino or whatever it was. And I said, no. I said, hold on just 1 second. Uno momento, por favor.
You dummy.
And she laughed because she knew what that meant.
Yeah.
But the people of the rest of my team, some people overheard it and they were like, what did he just say to that Filipino person?
That's hysterical.
But I got so used to saying that.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. Uno momento, por favor.
Uno momento, por favor. What do you speak? Iranian. Oh, uno momento, por favor. I'm starting to think that maybe that's universal. Because the lady got it. She laughed. She
knew. She
probably heard that before, but
I'm sure she knew it was Spanish and thought it was funny.
Her first thought was, oh, these stupid American people. But yeah. Rosie says, I spotted a wee graphic showing snow on Pinterest, and on it said, today was so cold that politicians had their hands in their own pockets. That's funny.
That's good.
That's good. Fearful Milk says, Andrew, I know you do not use it much, but with the amount of new traction and faces you're getting, maybe you should redo the Discord. I probably should. But I'll be honest with you, Fearful Milk, I have a buddy, our friend Todd, who has a Discord, and it's very active. He gets a lot of people on there.
Yeah.
It's literally another job for him.
That's
everything that's there.
That's the reason he hired Dusty.
Well,
that's what Dusty does, is he just manages the Discord. That's his job.
Yeah, I know. I don't have the money to hire another person. I don't.
Yeah.
And I know Fearful Milk at the beginning helped me out with the Discord, and I appreciated every moment of it. But I honestly can't tell you the last time I went in there, and he probably knows that too. But I tell people, they ask me, are you on social media? And I say, I have a Twitter, I have a Facebook, I have an Instagram, but the only place I'm active is YouTube.
Mm-hmm.
That's the only place I listen to. I read comments. I respond to comments. I respond to people who reach out to me. That's it. I've tunnel visioned. I only pay attention to the YouTube channel.
Mhm.
I keep telling myself I want to go back and get back on Twitter and start posting on Twitter or Instagram or whatever. And every time I do it, I'm like, let me just stick with.
Here's the deal. The way they've changed Instagram,
Mhm.
it's all about reels now.
Yeah, yeah.
They're trying to make it like TikTok. So if you could cut out funny bits and post at least one every day,
Well, when I do
it,
that, I
it,
put
it
it on
could
my
work.
YouTube channel.
Yeah, well, you could put those same things on Instagram.
Well, I'll look into it, right? Because I do the shorts, and I'll do them every now and then. And it's not an everyday thing. And the people that follow my channel, they know every now and then I'll put up a short, and it's just because I have a short one that was funny and
Mhm.
it's hilarious, and I want to share it. And sometimes it's not funny, sometimes it's not hilarious, but in my mind, I'm like, man, I am a comic genius. So it's going up on the channel.
I'm hilarious.
I'm hilarious. That's right. I need a shirt that says that. I'm hilarious. Okay, let me catch up on the chat because I feel like an idiot here. Um, Anya says, "Watch out, Avery. Governor Stacy will come take away your pew pew."
Oh yeah, dude, I hope she doesn't win. Oh boy.
Stacey Abrams, right?
Yeah, boy.
Did you
She's
did you see what they did with her on the Star Trek Discovery
I
show?
didn't see it, but I
I've
heard
I've seen it. I've
I've heard
seen
it
it.
was cringe. Like
President
serious
of planets or something, or president of Earth or something. Yeah.
horrific.
Let's take
Keep that
a
commie away from me.
let's take a not a show but a production company and really stick themselves in politics, you know. Yeah, way to ruin entertainment, you know. Oh well.
They can't
uh
help it.
yeah, Manuel says Drew about 2 hours away from Lafayette, Louis. Oh, okay. So New Orleans is still a bit of a drive from Lafayette. I don't think doesn't everybody live all in the same area? You know, everybody lives in Jacksonville. Nobody lives anyplace else. You know, what do you think about
Have you heard of Miami?
that? Miami,
I don't
yeah,
know.
I drove through there one time. Actually, no, I went to a convention there one time, and as soon as I was done, I left.
Yeah.
Diver Dan says Bonnie hat. Okay,
Boonie hat.
Boonie hat. I'm sorry. Shows you how smart I am. Manuel says, "Thank you so much, Rosie." Rosie says, the historical fact in Braveheart could easily be written in full in large font on the back of a stamp. Really, it's awful. His love interest, while she did live, she was months old when he died. She was months old when he died. I think there's a number in there she forgot. But the worst, God love him, it was his accent. Well, that's true. Wallace was from Sterling, but Mr. Gibson pulled a great Glasgow Glas Glasgowian accent, though. Well, it's Hollywood. It doesn't have to be perfect. It's
Oh
Hollywood.
no, they're Hollywood's famous for
Yeah,
getting they deliberately distort a lot of stuff and change it because they think it looks better on film.
yeah, yeah. Well, I hate the fact that they always get rid of my redheads. You know, especially in comics. If a
Oh,
character
gentrification is real.
is a
They all
redhead in the comics, they replace them with other people to the point
Oh
where
yeah,
it's very sad.
it's weird. It's almost like they really do have something against gingers. It seems that way. The way so many characters have been switched.
Yep. Up, Betty's here. Hey, Betty, how's it going? Says hello, everybody. We got a lot of short ones, so let me catch up on these. Betty says hi to Rosie, of course, and she's using her code again. Manuel says good evening, Betty. Happy Saturday night. Rosie says hello back to Betty and sends more secret code. Betty and Rosie, they have a secret code going on in case you don't know. Betty says press the thumbs up. Absolutely. We have somebody in the chat. A little stinky says hi. I'm Lurker here. Well, welcome to the show. Betty says hi to Manuel. Happy Saturday night. Excuse me. Oh goodness, I am so sorry. Betty says hello to a little stinky. Manuel says Sends Betty some hearts and a smiley face and a rose. Betty says, "You're so sweet, Manuel." 60 years old, he's hitting on all the ladies. That is definitely something I'm going to be doing when I'm 60. Except not at the comic book store. That could lead to bad things. Bad things. Anya says hi to Betty and Stinky. Rosie says to little Stinky, "Hello, don't lurk. It's fun here. Join in. Hugs." Betty says, "From YouTube's point of view, one channel is easier to keep. For safety, it's better for scam baiters on a separate channel." Well, I'd always been told by some of the channels that I watched, have a backup channel. Have a backup channel in case something happens to your channel, that you have some place to reach out to people and do. But there's no way I'm going to build the audience that I have on this channel on my other channel. But I keep it because I have a focus for that other channel.
Mm-hmm.
So it's good to have more than one channel, but you're right. For YouTube, it's easier to point to one, but it's always best to be prepared, because YouTube can be a fickle beast sometime, and you never know what's going to happen. So
yeah,
Tar gives some smiley faces. Betty says hello to Anya. Fearful Mick says, "By we, I mean me. No need to pay me. I'll do it for myself. Those interested should join here." Okay, there's the Discord. Yes. Fearful Milk pretty much handles that, and I appreciate it. I do need to get back in there. I know I've made some contacts in there, and
mm-hmm.
I just forget.
On Discord, I just look into Todd sometimes, and I have a Discord that's just me and Weaponized Nerd Rage.
Gotcha.
And that's where we post stuff that's just for him and I to see when it comes to certain things.
Yep. Manuel says, I'm really sweet, a really sweet man to Betty." I believe it. Diver Dan says, "I speak a bit of Tagalog, Filipino. I was stationed in the Philippines for 2 years and spent a lot of time in port there on the U.S. Navy ships before I was stationed in Cuba, Cuba Point, Subic Bay." Oh, that's cool. My dad was in the military, and we were stationed in Sicily for a while, and that's actually where my sister was born. My sister was born in Italy, and I was 4 years old, so I don't remember any of it.
Mm-hmm.
The rest of his ports were all up and down the East Coast, from Pennsylvania to Florida to Pensacola, and they came to Jacksonville. Then he was stationed in Pensacola. We lived there for 2 years, and then he retired, and we moved back to Jacksonville and been here ever since. Since 8th grade, I've been here in Jacksonville. And I feel bad for my kids because they were born here and they're still here. I think the girl, she and her fiance are talking about going someplace else.
Mm-hmm.
And I encourage that. I said, get out there into the world and live. I don't know if Mike has any interest whatsoever at this point.
I have no interest in ever living in a major city again. I like living in a small town. I used to hate it because I've lived here before, but now I really like it.
Yeah.
And I do not want to be in the larger cities the way things are getting now. I just don't. Yeah. I don't want to be there.
That is true.
I'm happy where I'm at. I'm good.
Well, the good thing about Jacksonville is it's a huge, huge city, but it's so spread out that it's literally multiple different cities together. You know, like the beaches are different from downtown. The downtown's different from Arlington. Arlington's different from the south side, the west side, the north side. That's where some crazy ass people up in the north side. The west side, Mandarin,
West side
Orange
can
Park.
get crazy too. Trust me, dude. Well, I grew up in trailer parks on the west side, and that shit. Remember, I used to live on 118th Street.
Oh yeah, I know.
And it gets wild over there sometimes.
It still does today.
It's worse. It's even worse.
It's a crazy neighborhoods over there. But I've always lived in the Arlington, which is kind of, I guess you could say Arlington was kind of in the middle of everything. The Arlington South Side area. In my mind, it's the middle of the city.
Mm-hmm.
But
it's not. But
yeah, it's not. But yeah, you know what I mean.
It used to be. It used to be pretty cool over there, but
Well, there's still a lot of growth in this area, so it's not bad. It's just there's some areas that are much more growing than our
Yeah.
area. I mean, they're building. I've got a brand new Whataburger getting ready to open up around the corner,
Oh my
and
God.
hey, dude, we fancy, okay? We fancy. We got a
Whataburger.
Whataburger coming right next to the Panda Express.
Do you have In-N-Out?
No, we don't have In-N-Out here.
Oh.
Yeah. All right, let me catch back up on the chat because we got to wrap things up. We're running late
All right.
already.
Oh, you got the porn bot.
Oh, I do.
Yeah, Tinder Hot XYZ,
Oh, okay.
best adult dating site.
Oh, geez, Louise. Fearful Milk, I think you got a wrench. Can you knock that guy out if you're still here? I appreciate it. Avery, do you have a wrench? Nope. He took care of it. Okay. Thank you. I got to hurry up and wrap up before I actually read one of those.
I might still have a wrench. I don't know.
Manuel says, thanks. Rosie says, I so desperately wanted to love Discovery. I couldn't even get into the end of the first season. My wife has enjoyed it. She likes Star Trek and she's enjoyed the show, but she's not she doesn't pay attention to politics and all that stuff. She doesn't get the woke stuff and the politics that gets pushed into TV. To be honest with you, we were watching the Netflix Sandman show, which I absolutely adored. I loved it. I thought it was great. They did some really good characterization in the show. They did a lot of gender bending and twisting characters and all. At one point, she turned to me and said, "Is every character in this show a lesbian?" I said, "Well, in the original stories, no, but there are some." But in her mind, it just felt like it was like every single woman that was introduced liked women. And I said, well, that's just the social, but the show is still great. I'm my fingers are crossed they do a second season because I enjoyed the hell out of it.
I don't know why they had to change Constantine to a woman.
Because
it's like John Constantine's already a bisexual dude. Was in the comic.
Yeah.
And it's not a big deal. I still love Hellblazer.
You've obviously had too much man. You've had too much man.
Too much man.
That's right.
It's raining man.
Anya says, question for Florida man. What are your feelings on Whataburger? We're getting one here soon. I'm like, meh.
It's okay.
I enjoy their breakfasts. I'm not a huge fan of like their burgers are okay, but I love their breakfast. They have a breakfast burger, which is like a burger patty with cheese, bacon, and egg. And it's on a burger bun, and that's like they took it away for a bit and then they brought it back. It's a fantastic breakfast sandwich.
Didn't they have that chicken and honey biscuit I liked, where it was the fried chicken?
Yes. Yeah, I think they still have that, but I was never a big chicken fan. So.
And I like their onion rings were okay.
Yeah, they do a breakfast wrap that I like as well.
Yeah,
but hands down, the breakfast burger is the best.
That, and you could go in, you could order a burger pretty much any way you wanted it with whatever you wanted on it. Be like, I want jalapenos and bacon.
Yep, they'll do it. They've got it.
They've got it. They'll do it. So.
Yep. All right, let me catch up.
It's not bad.
Rosie says, love the first season of the Orville, though, and we haven't seen others over here. Oh, okay.
I've heard that's a better Star Trek show than New Star Trek.
Well, it's got what's her name in it, who I really like. What's her name? The girl that played she played Bobby Chase in the Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. show. But she's been in a lot of other stuff. I think she's gorgeous. She was originally in Friday Night Lights.
I don't know.
Yeah, I liked her in that too.
I don't know. You'd have to show me.
I'll have to show you. It's all right.
You have to Google her.
Rosie says, what I meant was that the characters they showed on screen as his love interest couldn't have happened. She was only a baby when it all happened. Hollywood and Hollywood and reality, laugh out loud. Good film though.
Sure.
Really, I didn't know that was the case.
Yeah, the real person existed. It's just she was a baby. She couldn't have been his love interest.
That was the whole point of the whole movie.
Yeah.
In Hollywood's eyes, you know.
Yeah. Well, Hollywood does that a lot. They
I
add love interest
know,
and
I
love
know.
stories. Like in Pocahontas, they aged up Pocahontas so they could have the love story.
Yeah, yeah.
When really
In
Pocahontas
in,
was
Ti
like,
in Titanic, they made it a love story, you know, and she just let him slip off
there was
the
plenty of room
the
for both of
door
them.
and die. You know, she never loved him. Yeah.
Never.
I'm sorry. Here's something that you guys should know.
I've never even seen the movie.
You've never seen Titanic?
Oh God, no.
Oh, it's a great movie. Especially the effects. The effects are
No,
worth it
thank
just to
you.
watch it. I mean, you have to sit through a love story with
I'm
Leonardo
good.
DiCaprio, but there's some really awesome effects in that
I'm
movie.
good.
Okay, all right. One of the things we do on our Thursday show on Todd's channel, the lore games, we often end up deviating and talking about movies. And some of the
Uh-huh.
movie conversations, I swear I told him that could be a show all of its own, just us sitting around talking about
Sure.
movies. And this channel's becoming that tonight. But it's great. It's great. I mean, we
Sometimes
all
derailed conversations are really good, though. So
yeah, you never know. You never know. All right, Anya says they must have a thing against gingers. The doctor still isn't a ginger. Oh, that's true. That's true. Rosie says sending Betty more hugs in our mind in our code. Laugh out loud. Yeah, I knew it. I knew it. A little stinky says okay, coming into the stream. Well, thank you, sir. Uh, but the stream sniping in this, but the stream sniping in YouTube. Well, I haven't had that in a long time, so it's actually good that they're at least trying. You know, so that's good. I mean, we used to have a joke when we were drawing comics, and if somebody was reselling your artwork, it was a sign that you'd made it. Somebody's bought your artwork from you and then reselling it and trying to make money off it. That was a sign you made it. When the bots started attacking my live stream, that's a sign I made it. Somebody's paying attention to me. You know. Rosie says, "Yay! Welcome, little stinky." Uh, Manuel says, Drew, have a great trend on Saturday night. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Fearful Milk says, Studio, can you hop on the server as well? Oh, he's talking about the Discord server.
oh, the Discord. I might can.
Oh, Rosie asks, sniping? Yeah, there's somebody putting comments in here. Adult Tinder comment sites. I'm not going to read it or share it. So, Fearful Mix says a lot of people are joining the server. Well, good. Manuel says stream YouTube on Saturday nights live. Yes, and I love doing it. Diver Dan says, Andrew, was your dad a naval aviator? No, he was not. He was actually, what's so funny about my dad, um, we really as kids did not know what he did in the Navy. I went on a Tiger cruise with him when he was stationed on the Saratoga. I flew over to Europe and then drove the ship back. And I was the only kid in his entire department because everybody that he worked with was so young. Nobody had kids old enough to go on the Tiger cruise. And people asked me, what did your dad do? And I said, well, he was a master at arms and he worked with the lady who had the drug sniffing dog. That's all I knew about my dad's job, is that he got to work with, he knew that lady,
Yeah.
and I got to meet the dog and hang out with the dog, and that was the coolest
What
thing
was he,
ever.
Navy MP?
He worked with the MPs too, yes,
Yeah.
and this Avery, you might get a kick out of this, but it was years and years after he retired that my sister and I found out that my dad had a military pistol with him all the time, and every time he came home, he went into his room, he put it in a lockbox. My sister and I never even knew he carried a gun. We had no, that's how clueless we were in what he did. But yeah, he worked with the MPs, he worked in the legal office and all that. When he retired and then went back to work for the Navy, he got a job in the legal office. Uh, he jokes that he was a glorified secretary, but he did a lot of crap there.
Mhm.
He worked for the military longer after he retired than when he was actually active in the military.
Yeah.
He just recently turned 77, and he was in the military for like 23 years and then went back to work for the military for another 30 years as a civilian working in the JAG office. So
it was probably a SIG is what he carried.
yeah, I don't know. I've never actually I've never been into guns enough to actually find out, but it was years and years later. My mom was like, "Yeah, he carried a gun, brought it home every single night, took it right to his room, locked it in the lockbox, and you kids never knew he even had it." I was like, "Damn."
It was probably a SIG 226 or a Beretta.
Yeah, I'll ask him. I'll ask him, see if he
Yeah, it
remembers.
was one of
I'll let you
those.
know. Betty says, Tinder is following you. Laugh out. Yep, they are. Uh, Rosie says, thank you to Fearful Milk. Fearful Milk says, you're welcome. Also, Andrew, hop on the Discord. Fearful Milk's like, hey, Andrew, this is a thing for you. Why don't you jump
Join
in
your own
and
Discord.
join it and say hi to everybody?
Yeah, I don't have Discord on this computer. I need to put it on this computer, though. I have it on my phone.
Betty says, don't believe the bot. It's a lot of scammers on Tinder. Oh, I bet. Rosie says, hubby and I both are Trek fans since childhood. We met outside cinema waiting to see Trek 2 Wrath of Khan. That's fantastic.
That was a great one.
Yeah. Betty says, is Epic Face here? I'm not sure what that is. Manuel says, I love 15-minute videos or 5-minute videos. Okay. A little Stinky says, Five Guys junkie. Oh, love me some Five Guys.
Five Guys is pretty good. I don't know if it's as much as it costs good.
Yeah, that's true.
Because it's like $35 for 2 burgers and fries.
Yeah. But them fries.
They are pretty good.
Them fries are almost as good as them shakes. Yeah, okay.
But they are good. I like them.
Rosie says, Avery, it really is. It's what Discovery should have been.
Yeah.
Yep. Diver Dan says, pronounce QB Police, Naval Air Station, Subic Bay. Subic Bay. Okay. Navy base. Later Naval facility. We got Mayport here. Mayport and NAS.
Mm-hmm.
So, Nigella's here. It says, good evening. Welcome. Rosie says, oh my God, what an experience to have had, Andrew. That's fabulous. You know what's so sad about the Tiger Cruise? At the time, I forget what grade I was in. I was either 10 or 12. I forget what grade that is. But my teacher said your only homework while you're on the cruise, because it was like a 2-week-long thing, was to keep a journal of everything you do. And I'm like, okay, cool. And I did. I wrote up a journal, and I remember being very creative when describing when we flew into, I forget what part of Europe it was, or it might have been Italy. I think it was Italy. We flew into Italy. They put all the kids onto a bus, and the bus drove to where the ship was at. And I remember the bus driving down the road like a snake, weaving in and out of the roads. I actually wrote that in the story, and I wrote that in my journal. I thought, man, I'm creative as crap. That's some good stuff. And the rest of it was like, saw my dad, got to meet the dog, the drug sniffing dog. She was awesome. That was great. That was it. That was my journal for the day. My dad said I really should have put more effort. Actually, I do have a story about that trip. I'll have to tell it another time. But it has to do with Transformers and my love of Transformers at the time. Let's see here. Hold on a second. Let's see. Okay, I lost where I was. Okay, here we go. Diver Dan. Yep, I got Diver Dan. Rosie says, "Have a great week, Diver Dan." Oh, wait a minute. I misread what he wrote there. He says, "Gotta go, guys and gals. Heading over to Kate's Mass Hole Mafia official channel. All the best." Okay, that's cool. Aman says, "Hi, sir. Laugh out loud. I'm also working on for a call center, but not a scam one. Love the way how you scam bait." Well, thank you, sir. Honestly, I work for a company that has a call center, so I'm not smashing or insulting anybody that works in a call center, because there are a lot of legitimate call centers out there. I mean, the whole U.S. is loaded full of them. There's cities that have their main employees are all call centers. There's cities where that's all they do. But I hate to say it, in some other countries, that's not always the case. So they have call centers, and they don't mind trying to rip people off. And that's the kind of people I deal with every day, which is very sad. But a little stinky says, "Dem fries." Aman says, "Love from India." Thank you, thank you. We got some more of the Tinder bots. We'll ignore those. Betty says, "I got tired of telling Drew to use the Discord more. He doesn't answer my DMs. I'm so sad." Hey, Betty, I did respond to your email. Yes, I know. I'm so bad. I'm so bad. I'm horrible.
He doesn't answer a lot of text, and I have his I have like his personal cell phone number. Like,
yeah, you know what? This morning, no, it was this afternoon. I'm at the store, and I pick up my phone. And I said, "Oh, I got a text." And I look, and I got like 5 texts, including one from Todd saying, "Hey, are you joining the stream?" It's like
and me.
Yes, and you. I'm horrible, guys. Everybody out there will know this one day. I am horrible. Rosie says hello to Amin. Betty says Tinder loves you. Yes, they do. Betty says hi to Nigella. Amin says love XLX to Rosie. Rosie says hi to Nigella. Little Stinker says, "I worked for Super Chicks. Their custard is insanely good." Super Chicks. I don't think I've ever heard of that one.
No, I'm not familiar.
Yeah. Betty says, "Namaste" to Aman. Diver Dan says, "With that said, a Navy Master at Arms is an onboard ship police. An American an aircraft carrier would also have had U.S. Army security personnel. The standard issue sidearm for your dad era was the M1911A1.45."
1911.
Yep. Oh, 1911. Oh, I read it out. It shows how dumb I am. Rosie says hi to Aman. And Betty says, I think Betty's going to be, just about it. Betty says, "I had an email you because you don't reply to Discord."
Yeah.
I know, Betty. I'm so sorry. But I appreciate you reading it. The information she sent was fantastic. I did tell you about that, right? It was a training video for some of the, it was an Indian training video for the final expense callers, the system that they use. I've actually got to ask one time, "Hey, what do you think of that new avatar system?" Because that's the name of the system. How quickly they hung up. I was so shocked. I figured they'd at least start talking about it.
Yeah.
Anya says, "Custard as good as Clover's." I have no idea.
Culver's.
A little stinky says, a former fived guys. Okay. And then a little stinky says, "Don't hi Avery Culver's." Okay. All right, guys. I appreciate everybody coming in this evening. I had a fantastic time. Avery, once again, thank you for joining me.
You're welcome.
You're my Ed McMahon, or is that who I'm thinking of? Ed McMahon?
Yeah, sure.
You're my Ed McMahon, and I'm glad you're here. Yeah. I really do need to replace your image with a puppet.
Oh, great. Perfect.
I'm going to have to find one. I'm to find one. Fantastic, everybody. Have a great weekend. Enjoy the rest of your weekend. And next weekend, maybe we should do something for Halloween since it's Halloween weekend.
Ooh.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah.
All right, everybody. Stay safe and look forward to more videos because there's more coming. Thanks a lot, everybody. Oh, and always remember, if you get calls like the ones I get, hang up on them or screw with them like I do. It's always fun. Almost forgot my own catchphrase. Sad.